This one is a Singer 15, and I just got it all cleaned up and ready to test out yesterday. So I put it into one of my treadle bases and given it a try on some free motion quilting. This top is an old one, vintage. I can't tell the year. It's really hard for me to guess. But it was really, really, really poorly made. So there's lots of puckers and bunches, and the points don't match. And so I don't feel bad if it doesn't turn out great. So it's a good one to test it on. And it's not huge. It's about 60 inches square. I started by, of course, basting it, and I used spray baste on this one, and it seems like it worked pretty good. And then I did a line of stitching along this set of diamonds, going all the way across. That kind of held it all together, and now I'm coming across the other way doing these diamonds this way. And the way that works is I go around, and then I go down, and then I do up one side, and then I go down the other, and then I can move into the next one. And I'll do all of those all the way down, switch to the next row, and then I'll do the next row that way, and then finally I'll go back and do the center pieces of all of this. So it's a lot of quilting, but that will help to hide all of the rather imperfect piecing, I think. Anyway, so we'll give the Singer a go. I don't usually wear quilter's gloves, but this quilt wasn't sliding easily for me for whatever reason. I don't know if it's the backing fabric I have is a little rough or what, but anyway, I'm finding it easier to do the quilting with this quilt anyway, with my gloves on. They sort of drive me crazy because, well, they're designed to grip things, and I end up having all kinds of threads stuck to my hand. Every time I trim off a thread, it seems like it sticks to my glove. I guess it's a matter of getting used to it. And I think they're probably a good idea to wear, because it does, the little rubber on there makes it so that you can slide these things easier. This machine has a nice big class 15 bobbin, so it holds a lot of thread, and it's pretty darn smooth, and it fits a standard low shank yarning foot, and that works pretty good. The feed dogs on this one don't drop, so you set the stitch length to the shortest you'll go, and that helps to keep the feed dogs from pulling against the fabric. It really doesn't matter though, because what happens, I don't know if you can see this here, when the needle bar goes up, it pushes on this little deal, which makes that foot just go up and down. You probably can't see it, but it just goes up and down just enough to release the pressure on there that makes it so that you can slide the fabric without it catching. So it's an easy hook to use. I wish it was open-toed, but that's only because without that little, with an open-toe foot, it's easier for you to see where I'm going. Less metal in the way. This one is just a real simple pattern, so I'm not doing any marking. Certainly could, but I don't think, considering how imperfect the quilt top itself is, I don't think it's really important for the quilting to be that perfect either. So it's just a matter of following one diamond to the next. And you get a pretty steady rhythm going, and it works pretty well. This machine, the only thing that I don't like about it is that it's one of my smaller machines, which is to say the space between the needle and the column here, that's pretty short. My other, like a Singer 66, is probably out to about here, so, and that doesn't seem like a whole lot, but when you've got a whole quilt jammed up in here, that that little inch and a half or so, it makes a difference. Well, I messed up. I started talking and I missed my point. So I'm going to go back to the top, put the top on that. No one will know. Now, on a lot of quilts, you might want to do stitching in the ditch. I don't know if you can see it, but on this, I'm not right in the ditch. I'm a little bit inside of that, and not very straight either. The reason I'm not trying to stitch in the ditch is because it would actually highlight how off the piecing is. If I stay inside of it a little bit, it doesn't show off the points not matching as much. And in a lot of places, let's see this, let me find a good example. The fabric from one piece is actually kind of folded over the other, and it's kind of got a flap. Because again, it wasn't pieced right. I don't know who did it, but they didn't do a great job. Anyway, and I pressed the heck out of it this morning and tried to get it to be flat, and it just wouldn't happen. Anyway, if I tried to stitch in the ditch, this extra fabric here would stay flapping. If I stitch on top of it, that helps to sort of nail it down and make it less obvious. Anyway, that's my theory on this one, and I'm sticking with it. The other thing that's helpful to keep in mind, it's easier to readjust your hand while your machine is at a complete stop. So don't try to take your hands off and see if you get a it'll jump on you and you'll make a mistake. So when you're ready to stop or ready to move your hands to a different positioning, you should really make the machine stop. And you do that initially with your feet. Not really a break on them. The treadle itself, even when your foot stops, will probably give you a couple more wheel rotations. But if you stop it, not take your foot off, but just stop it flat, and I'll show you what my feet look like in a minute. But if you just stop your foot like that instead of taking it off, then it really does usually stop. And I usually give the wheel a turn when I'm starting to stitch, because it helps to get a little force behind it. If you're good at it, you can do it without. Okay, here I am stopped. I'm going to turn my foot, and it'll start. The thing that takes practice is learning how to do that so that the wheel is turning the right direction. When you start practicing on the treadle, that's one of the most important things to remember, is that they are directional, and the stitching only happens if the wheel is turning in the right direction. So if you just start pumping away at it, and it's going the wrong way. In a Singer machine, they turn towards you. In a white sewing machine, they turn away from you. A couple others do too. I think Wheeler and Wilson turn away, I think. There's a couple others. Anyway, if you turn it away, you get a big knot of thread in the back of the mouse. If you turn it towards you, you actually get it to stitch. So when you're starting to learn how to do the action with your feet, when you learn how to stop and then start again, and so what you need to do is you learn to sort of, out of the corner of your eye, you look up at the wheel and see that it's going the right direction before you really start pumping. Or you always remember to give it a turn with your hand in the right direction before you start. And I'm out of thread, so that's a good time to stop.